Lee Jae-myung, who lost the 20 the previous election, the 2022 election, to Yoon Seok-youl by a very small margin of less than a 1 percentage point, won this time by a very large margin, 8 points. I'm not I seeing. I don't know off the top of my head, but it should be one of the larger victory margins in Korean history, and the turnout was very high too, at 80%. Most Korean presidents don't come close to getting a majority because they always have multiple candidates who actually receive votes more than two candidates. He almost got a majority, and you can see the map. He completely crushed it in Jola, the progressive stronghold in the far south, in the southwest, and then the conservative stronghold is in the southeast, and the area in Seoul and around Seoul is usually the swing districts. As you can see, most of the swing districts swung to the Democratic side. Everyone was really pissed about against the People Power Party for number one, Yoon having uh, done martial law, and number two, for the People Power Party either outright supported it, or didn't do shit to oppose it. Most of the people who stormed the legislature to vote against it were Democrats, and the People Power Party mostly opposed impeaching Yoon. The right wing in America too. I mean, it's bad enough that the right wing in their own country would be supporting a dictator, but it's possible that the right wing in America actually supports the dictator Yoon even more than the right wing in Korea is publicly supporting him, because it would be embarrassing to keep supporting him in Korea. They don't want to be associated with him. But we see some posts from unhinged lunatics like Laura Loomer, who says the communists have taken over Korea and won the presidential election today. Remember when they thought President Obama was a communist? Shows if if Laura Loomer calls you a communist, then you know you must be on the right side. In fact, it might be a problem if she doesn't call you a communist. Gordon G. Chang, the guy who wrote a book 2 decades ago about the coming collapse of China, he said, quote, given the numerous instances of fraud marring the just completed South Korean election, government should hold off congratulating Lee Jae-myung. I mean, how unhinged do you have to be? This is like multiple conspiracy theories stacked on top of each other. There were conspiracy theories about the Korean legislative elections in, I think, 2020, in which the Democratic Party won a large majority, and Korean right wingers made up conspiracy theories that China had hacked the election, blah blah. And if you look into those, they don't make any sense. They've been disproven. At the very least, there has been no credible evidence behind any of them. So he takes that conspiracy theory and runs with it and applies it to the presidential election, just not citing shit, just because that's what right wingers are supposed to do now in the era of Trump. And to be clear, the original allegations about the 2020 election, the original conspiracy theory about that election in Korea was just the Korean right has always been very, very Trumpist. Uh, Ever since Park Chung-hee was impeached, they called Park Geun-hye, Park Jung-hee's daughter, ever since Park Geun-hye was impeached in 2017. They were calling it a hoax. They were using the whole Russiagate verbiage. And the right wing on both sides feeds each other. In Korea, the right wing waves around flags of American flags with Donald Trump's face on it and shit. Why are why is America trying to conquer Canada? Trump should try to conquer Korea. At least the right wing in Korea would support it.